A linear inequality in one variable is a statement involving two expressions, at least one containing the variable and separated by one of the symbols of inequality, less than, greater than, less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to. To solve, you would follow the same steps as you were solving a linear equality. The only thing that you need to be aware of is if you multiply or divide by a negative number, the inequality sign will change directions. So if it's less than, it becomes greater than, less than, and all the rest. Once solved, you can express the inequality graphically and or in interval notation, depending on what's asked of you. But I'm going to show you how to do all of them. So for the first inequality, x plus 1 is less than 5. We're going to solve it and then express it both in interval and graphical notation. So, got to get x by itself, so I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides. Cancels out here. So x is going to be less than 4. So, in interval notation, this just means that since it's less than, and less than has essentially an arrow pointing to the left forever, it's going to go left forever. And the symbol we say that forever left is negative infinity. And this goes up to 4, and since it doesn't have an equal to sign underneath it, we use a parentheses. And this is our answer in interval notation. But now we're going to graph it. And so on a number line, when we graph it, we can just put 4 right in the middle. And since it has a parentheses here, I'm going to use a parentheses here. And then it's going to the left forever. So I just draw an arrow that's pointing to the left forever. So inequality notation, interval notation, graphical notation. And that's how you express it. Next I have 2 minus 3x is less than or equal to 8. Again, need to solve for x. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get x by itself, subtract 2 from both sides, get negative 3x less than or equal to 6. And to get x by itself, I'm going to divide by a negative 3. And since I have divided by a negative number, this inequality sign is going to have to flip from less than or equal to greater than or equal to, and then 6 divided by negative 3 is negative 2. So since it has an arrow like this, the inequality sign means it's pointing to the right forever, which means in my interval notation, I'm going to go from negative 2 to infinity forever, and this has an equal to sign, so this gets a bracket. And when I graph, again, I just put a line and just stick negative 2 in the middle. And since I got a bracket here, I'm going to put a bracket here with an arrow pointing to the right. And that's it. Last, 2x minus 2 greater than or equal to 3 plus x. I'm going to get all my x's to the left, so I'm going to subtract x from both sides. Cancels out, so I get x minus 2 greater than or equal to 3. Going to add 2 to both sides. Cancels out. Get x is greater than or equal to 5. So, interval notation, again, because I have a greater than or equal to sign, I'm going to have a bracket, and we have a 5, and because it's pointing to the right, I'm going right forever, parentheses, after the infinity. And remember, if you have an infinity, always a parentheses, no exceptions. Draw this out, got a 5 in the middle, and since it's a bracket 5, going to the right, I put a bracket over 5 with an arrow going to the right. So again, inequality notation, interval notation, graphical notation.